Wake up in the morning, feeling light and free, learning to laugh like the waves in the sea. Gonna find my rhythm, gonna find my way. Through the ups and downs, I'm gonna seize the day, smiling with the sunshine, feeling oh so bright, letting go of worries.
We talked about laughter, Jorge said sharply. The comedies were written by the pageants to move spectators to laughter, and they acted wrongly. Our Lord Jesus never told comedies or fables, but only clear parables which allegorically instruct us on how to win paradise, and so be it. I wonder, William said, why you are so opposed to the idea that Jesus may have laughed. I believe laughter is a good medicine, like baths, to treat humors and the other afflictions of the body, melancholy in particular. Baths are a good thing, Jorge said. Laughter shakes the body, distorts the features of the face, makes man similar to the monkey. Monkeys do not laugh. Laughter is proper to man. It is a sign of his rationality, William said. Speech is also a sign of human rationality, and with speech a man can blaspheme against God. Not everything that is proper to man is necessarily good. In Umberto Eco's novel The Name of the Rose, the blind monk Jorge de Burgos says something that seems to describe the people of a certain country in Central Europe, where I happen to be born. Its citizens used to call their sons Ernest. But they stopped. I'm really thankful to them for that. It's a great sign that people can change. The Federal Statistical Office says there were no Ernests born in 2023. However, we are still far from out of the woods when it comes to laughter. Visitors from the USA have also noticed this. One American YouTuber said about Germans,
"That definitely is very German. Complaining about rules or just complaining in general, that's a very... complaining is a very German thing."
Today's vlog is a plea for humor, and anyone who knows a little about the theory of flower essences knows that there is plenty of support for us from nature. It's often said that plants will settle where they're needed. If the soil is acidic, you'll get different plants than if it's alkaline. A small but extremely stubborn plant called wood sorrel took root in the cracks between the stones on my patio. The only way to get rid of it would be to use some pretty unfair methods, like fire or poison. However, I tried to plant it in the garden, and it didn't work out. If you let it spread freely, it dies. Wood sorrel just likes it when things are tight. The so-called witch weeds avoid human company. When someone died in my neighborhood, the Tura took up residence in their garden. When a human being subsequently moved back in, the Datura moved out again. So it's always worth checking which flowers come around to see what's going on with the person who's struggling and looking for help. Unfortunately, the way we approach and remove living plants has changed a lot since the Middle Ages. These days, a lot of things that don't fit the concept are simply sprayed away. A lot of the ground is concreted over and sealed, which restricts the plant's freedom of movement. But even though humans have made it harder for plants to move around, they've found ways to get around the restrictions we've put in place. It's a pretty clever trick. They make themselves look nice, smell good, protect human beings from prying eyes of neighbors, or simply taste good. This means they no longer have to wander around on their own, they can simply let themselves be picked up. You can even see them close to the people they are meant to be serving. For instance, to help people relax and have a bit of fun. For example, the Nasturtium made its way to Europe in the 17th century. It originally comes from South America, in Peru to be precise. The flowers are a feast for the eyes, and they're also edible. They add a bit of excitement to a dull salad and some vitamin C to the body. But there's more. It has active ingredients that fight bacteria and fungi, and it's even said to be able to help with viruses thanks to its mustard oils. I don't think anyone tried it during the coronavirus outbreak. What a wasted opportunity. We can imagine its effect as a flower essence in a similar way, but on a spiritual level. Thinking and reason are great, but they can also sometimes get out of hand. One particular flower remedy that can help with this is Edward Bach's white chestnut. The way I've put this in words already shows what the issue is. People lose their inner balance through the excessive use of self-talk, which stirs up distressing thoughts and dwells on them, thereby keeping them alive even if the event is years old. White chestnut is great for the meditator who struggles to let go of their thoughts. Nasturtium has a different approach. It offers alternatives. A gentle tickling in the head that doesn't fight against anything or try to suppress it, but brings a sense of joy, exuberance and cheerfulness. If you're missing the sunny side of life and feeling a bit flat, Nasturtium could be a good option. This yellow-orange flowering plant is for anyone who has forgotten how to laugh and lives too much in their heads, losing all spontaneity. People who are all about reason, logic and analysis, or those who don't have any time for nonsense, like the old monk in Umberto Eco's novel. It can help them to understand the value of the underlying basics and feelings, opinions and convictions. Nasturtium brings a bit of humor back into life, as well as exuberance, cheerfulness and zest for life. It gets you excited about new experiences, makes you want to explore the unknown and even makes you a bit daring in your approach to new situations. This is how the color returns to the faces of pale couch potatoes who can certainly be good scholars, but would perhaps be even better if they didn't neglect the fun in life quite so much. If we think about laughter from an archetypal point of view, there's probably no better flower than the cherry blossom. Cherry represents the archetype of the inner child, or the joker. It brings back joy, fun, laughter and a sense of living life to the fullest, helps you to open your heart and fall in love, and creates a sense of joie de vivre and enthusiasm. The cherry represents an exuberant, happy child who just can't sit still for joy. It's as if every fiber of their body is expressing it. It's the energy of someone who's just fallen in love. Their heart is pounding with excitement. They can't think of anything else. They are sometimes overcome by fits of silliness, and they could hug the whole world with happiness. Maybe adults also try to fall in love because it makes things so much easier. It's like being a child again, carefree for as long as love is still as young as your inner child. This is a great time to get to know each other better and develop other qualities. Cherry brings a bit of sparkle back into life when everyday life has become a bit grey and dull, the relationship a little bland and colourless, work a bit tiresome and boring, and you really get tired of it and want to change something about it. The cherry blossom helps you to rediscover and enjoy the beautiful, adventurous and funny things in everyday life. Orchid essences have a different approach. They zero in on all the things that make us human, and even our friends the monkeys, who, despite what Brother William thinks, can laugh too. The orchids help us to discover and love, care for and celebrate, dream and laugh. Each orchid essence has a name that reflects a particular quality. In the case of Cattleya ludemansiana Big, this is love. It's all about learning to laugh, being able to let loose and not taking anything too seriously. Laughter is good for you. It fills your lungs with oxygen and cleanses your brain. Laughing releases hormones that gives your immune system a boost. Endorphins help to relieve pain, while the levels of stress hormones such as adrenaline and cortisol in the bloodstream are reduced. It's amazing what a good laugh can do. It can help you to get over grief, worries and sadness, at least for a while. Even chronic illnesses can be eased. On top of that, laughter is contagious and helps create a positive atmosphere in groups and communities. There's no downside to it. Laughter is the best medicine for anyone who's lost their sense of humor. It takes you back to when you found all sorts of things funny, when you wanted to roll on the floor laughing and there was no end to the giggles. It's about being able to see things in a different way, not taking everything so seriously and embracing a new sense of lightness. That's what this orchid is all about. But no matter which way you look at it, you'll find the right one. If not among those mentioned here, then among other flowers. Marigold would be another example. Let's quickly recap. Nasturtium helps people who are too serious to see the funny side out of their self-imposed isolation. Cherry rekindles the inner child in all of us. The orchid laugh awakens the inner joy of laughter, and laughter is something we all have the power to do, and it's good for us.
Wake up in the morning, feeling light and free, learning to laugh like the waves in the sea. Gonna find my rhythm, gonna find my way.